A new documentary recently premiered that suggests that teachers that teach in these very classrooms and their unions are to blame for America's so-called mediocre education.
I don't know what college I want to go to, but I know I want to be a teacher. I want to be a nurse. I want to be a doctor.
How come?
Because I would like to help somebody in need.
You wake up every morning and you know that kids are getting a really crappy education right now.
So you think that most of the kids here are getting a crappy education right now?
Oh, I don't think they are. I know they are.
The documentary is called Waiting for Superman, and it follows 5 children whose future education rests in the hands of a lottery. Davis Guggenheim, who is best known for his work with Al Gore's An Inconvenient Truth, directed the documentary and said his neighborhood children inspired him.
Putting my kids into a minivan and taking them past 3 public schools to a great school. But when I think about that, and I think about the kids in my neighborhood not getting a good education, it haunts me.
Currently, the United States ranks 25th in mathematics and 21st in science. We do, however, rank first in one category: confidence. These statistics have some people pointing their finger as to why these numbers are so startling.
That's exactly right. And in some cases, there seems to be an inverse relationship between self-esteem and achievement. The better you feel about yourself, the more self-confident, the more poorly you do. We've spent a lot of time working on self-esteem because it's easy. It's a lot easier than teaching people the dates of the Civil War, for instance.
Although Waiting for Superman has received some negativity, it has also received praise from other outlets. Time magazine recently ran an article that said, quote, "This is more than an important documentary. It is engaging and finally enraging, as captivating as any Superman movie and as poignant as a child's plea for help." The documentary places blame on teachers' unions and leads the viewers to believe, quote, "You only need to breathe to receive tenure." Dr. Edith Reeves, a professor at Caldwell College, begs to differ.
Tenure was started in order to prevent that constant turnover, constant turmoil within a school district, to give it some kind of organization, and that is why tenure was begun. In addition to which, tenure helps school districts to keep very fine teachers. If you didn't have tenure, and if they didn't have a promise of security in their job, you may lose some very, very fine teachers. And I think that this particular film didn't talk about that aspect of tenure, how those wonderful teachers that we have may go off to another school district if indeed they weren't guaranteed their tenure.
Charter schools are glorified in the documentary as a way to receive a great education, but not all charter schools are so successful.
Well, charter schools are a new animal, if you will. They probably were started here in the state of New Jersey, for example, and in other states. In the 1990s they began. They are a quasi-private public organization. And are they better? Many, many, many private schools, charter schools have failed. And these charter schools that were mentioned in this movie have been successful.
Whether you agree with what Waiting for Superman is projecting, or if you think it's a bunch of propaganda, one theme continues to remain true: something needs to be done to fix our education system. For Media Watch, I'm Heather Barber.